Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. So today we're going to draw this adorable Easter bunny. I know I'm a little bit late for Easter, but hey ho, better late than never. I'm going to use I'm just going to use a biro this morning. You can use whatever you like. Biro, pen, pencil, doesn't matter. As long as you're doing it. So we're going to start off the same way we started off last time. We're going to use our thumb as our little measuring tool. So you're going to take your thumb, bend it, and that part of your thumb is going to show you where the top and the bottom of the bunny's head is. So we're going to take our thumb, bang in the center of our page, and we're just going to do a little light mark at the top and at the bottom. And then if it's helpful, you can do the same going that way, but I'm just going to do it by eye. I'm just going to make those little lines either side so that we know where our circle is going to be. And when you've got your 4 marks, then we're going to draw a circle, but we're going to make these little wiggly lines, which is going to represent his fur, the bunny's fur. We're going to go all the way around with these soft little marks. Like this. Now we're going to pop his ears on. So for the ears, again, doesn't matter how long your ears are, but for the sake of argument, let's make our ears roughly the same length as the head. So I'm going to go over here with my thumb. I'm going to put a little mark there, and I'm going to angle it that way. I'm going to make a little mark there. And then again, using that same kind of wibbly wobbly line, I'm going to create a sort of that lovely kind of almost teardrop shape. I'm going to go out and in. So it's a little bit wider at the end and it's a little bit narrower where it hits the head. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Wibbly wobbly and back. And then just to add some interest into those ears, I'm going to just make some little marks, almost like little stitch marks on the inside of that bunny's ear. And then the same on the other side. This is an imaginary bunny, of course. We're not trying to make a realistic bunny. And that's the ears done. Then we're going to pop in the little features, those adorable eyes. So your eyes can be close together, they can be far apart, they could be big eyes. But for the sake of this bunny, I'm just going to pop in 2 wide set eyes, a little black dot there, and a little black dot there. But feel free to experiment. And then we'll add in some little surprised eyebrows. And then we'll pop in his little nose. So for his nose, we've got 2 shapes basically. We've got like a C shape going that way, and then a reverse C shape going that way. So we're just going to copy that. So if we make a little C, first of all, little C shape like this. And then again, we're going to reverse that for the other side of his nostril. Like that, easy peasy. That also doubles up for his little smile. And then when you've got his nose in, then you can pop some whiskers in. Your whiskers can be as flamboyant as you fancy. I'm just going to go out with 3 whiskers, a little bit like that. Okay, now we're going to move on. We're going to move down. We're going to do the first curve of the bowl and his little paws. So just to keep it simple, we're going to move the paws down a little bit so they don't cut into the head here. So for his little paws, let's just do that little left-hand paw. That little left-hand paw again with these squiggly lines. We're just going to make a shape that goes a little bit like this. And then we'll do the same on the other side. And this one's going to cross underneath this top paw. So it's going to look like a little sort of bean. And it goes around and under like this. And next we're going to make our marks for the top of the pot, the rim of the pot. And we do that by making a smooth line which comes from behind his head in a curve and hits that paw. And then the same on the other side, a line that comes around and hits that paw. And then when we've got those first two lines in, then we can draw the other lines, which is going to make it look more like an actual flat rim, like we're looking on top of the pot. So if you go just underneath this first line, so this first curve that you've drawn, and you're going to go around like that. And then when you've done that, you do the same on the other side. You're going to come around like this. That's the top rim of our pot. And then what we can do is we can just pop in those little bunny shoulders. Those little bunny shoulders sticking out there, how cute. So we can pop those in. Just do some little scratchy marks either side going down like that. Now your bunny shoulders are in, we've got the lip of our pot, so let's carry on and let's build the rest of this pot. It shouldn't take long. We're going to do this part of the pot first, the upper part. We're just going to put a line that's slightly on an angle, about 1 inch, going down like this. And then on the other side, same again. And then we'll join up these two lines, but we're going to go on a curve rather than a straight. So we're just going to curve those around slightly until they meet. And then we'll carry on, we'll pop in the lower end of that pot. So we're going to come in from this point here, I'm going to come in a little bit, and again on an angle, I'm just going to do a line down. And the same on the other side, maybe slightly shorter this one. We'll go a line down, but stop it slightly shorter. Why not? Now that we have that pot shape in, we want to settle that pot into the surrounding grass area. So we're going to bed it in, and we're going to do that by bringing in some foreground elements. So on this side, we're going to add some grasses. So our grasses, they're literally just going to be shaped a little bit like this. Going to go up to point, keep them bendy, as many shapes as you like, just to show that there's grass on the lawn. You can go behind, as much grass or as little as you fancy. And then when you've got some grass there, we're going to add in 3 little Easter eggs here. Hope you got some Easter eggs. I know I did. We're just going to do an egg shape like this on its side. 1. Let's pop another one in at a slightly different angle. 2. Doesn't matter what size they are, doesn't matter if they're the same size or different sizes. And then maybe a little one behind. Let's pop a little one like that. And now that we have the 3 eggs in, we have a little bit of grass in, then we can pop in the rest of the pot. So we can bring that line down to join if it doesn't join already. And then you can either draw the bottom of the pot in, but actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some more grass in. Like that. And then for these 3 little Easter eggs, you can pop in, you can draw any designs that you like. But on this one, say I've got a stripe, so I might do the stripes again because I quite like those. Remember, when you've finished this drawing, you can always colour it in. So you can make sure that your Easter eggs are really bright and colourful. And then for this egg, I did kind of this sort of wavy shape, so I might do that again. But you can do stripes, dots, stars. You could leave them, just have them all one colour. Whatever you like. And then for that final one, I'm going to do lots of little dots. Something like that. Now when you've done your eggs, just to balance out the left-hand side, because I know you might have a lot of grass here like I have, we're just going to put some more grass over this left-hand side, just to balance. I've got actual grass coming around those eggs. Quite like it, so I'm going to do it. Go with what you fancy. If you feel like you want to go a bit nuts and do like extra, you go for it. Something like that. Okay, now to finish off, in our last minute, let's pop in a few little flowers. So flowers, really easy to do. Just put in your center of your flower, a little dot like that, or a little circle like that rather. And then you're just going to put some petals. A little bit like that. And maybe another one, maybe smaller. And then don't forget your stems, they'll be curving down towards those grasses. And maybe a flower over here as well, just to balance out a little bit. I always try to make them look, all of them slightly different, and one side of the flower has much shorter petals than the other. It just makes it look a little bit more 3D, like it's going backwards. And that you can see some depth to it, if that makes sense. And then let's give the pot a little bit of decoration, just something on the pot, just to give it a little bit of extra interest. So I'm just going to go a little wavy, just to suggest maybe some shading. And then again the same on this side, maybe a band. You don't have to do this by any means. And then lastly, just to add a little bit of atmosphere around the sides, let's pop in some summer dust, little dots. I'm just going to do some little dots, little tiny little circles all around, like that. You can have as few or as many as you like. And then I'll also add in a few little bugs or butterflies, you choose. Again, just to add a little bit more life. Just going to put like 4 little circly shapes close together. That's all you need to represent some bugs. Maybe one here. If you wanted to turn them into butterflies, that's easy to do. You can just add in a couple of little fine lines at the top, and then a dot, and then that will look more like a butterfly. And then your finishing touches to your rabbit, we're just going to add a few little cute little dots around his nose. So that's it, your Easter bunny is completed. Well done. Now all you have to do is colour it in.